Hello all, Dominic Trophy, welcome to another video. Hope you're all doing well today, hope you're having a great day and hope things are going well for you in life. Today's video is going to be something video game related, so it is. Before I start, I just want to inform you all, just in case you haven't seen it. I did actually upload a video yesterday, a bit of like an April Fool's sketch and stuff. I quite enjoyed making that and I got a good, a good amount of positivity from that video. I originally wasn't going to be doing that, but I thought, do you know what, I had that sort of idea to make something like that. Well, sort of teasing people of revealing the Xbox fanboy's real name, but then I end up singing Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. The whole Rick rolled, joke from years ago. People do it nowadays, but anyway. I quite enjoyed making that video, so I did. And I thought, yeah, you know what, so yeah, thank you for that. I'm glad you all enjoyed that. So this video is going to be something video game related, and it's actually going to be a bit of a mini-series, so it is, with this being the first part. And what this is going to be about is me talking about and sharing my thoughts about Sega's retro support of Nintendo's Virtual Console, or really the eShop overall. And what I mean by that is that Sega has brought Virtual Console and retro classics to Nintendo service. So for example, the Wii had the Virtual Console and we got a bunch of Sega stuff on there, so we did. The 3DS got Game Gear Virtual Console, as well as the Sega 3D Classic, so it did. And the Nintendo Switch currently has the Sega Ages, so they do. This series will not mention the Wii U, but I will briefly mention it, and the reason being is that because of the fact that Sega did not properly support the Wii U Virtual Console. They did in Japan with 4 games, which were Game Boy Advance games. 3 being the Sonic Advance trilogy, and the other one that hurts me deeply is Choo Choo Rocket, because Choo Choo Rocket is my all-time favourite game, so it is. I remember really, really wanting that, but, we didn't get it and stuff. And also, I don't own a Japanese Wii U, so I cannot actually share my experience with that. So, yeah, this is the way it goes. So anyway, we'll start on Sega support on the Wii Virtual Console. Now the thing is, I got the console, so I have. The Nintendo Wii itself. If you wondered what this is, it's just the GameCube memory card ports. The GameCube memory cards just sticking out, that's all it is. Now the thing with the Wii was that Sega gave us a lot of amazing support with the Virtual Console. We got a bunch of amazing Master System games, as well as games from the Mega Drive, and even the Virtual Console Arcade, so it did, which was really, really good. And the way that these games are played, just like with, the Nintendo games, TurboGrafx and Neo Geo, is that these games are actually emulated, so they are, because of the fact the Virtual Console emulates those games. And a Japanese developer called M2 were the ones that actually emulated these games. And they are a software developer that sort of emulates and sort of ports a lot of these old Sega classics to the new platforms, which is really, really good. And the emulation for these games is really, really good. It feels like you're sort of playing it on the original hardware. But it's good, with them that they went with M2, because the fact that M2 is people sort of seems like the master of Sega emulated classics. They are really, really good at it. And they play really, really well, and I like that. I really, really do. It's just, incredible. It really, really is. Now, there were many games released by Sega on the VC, so there was. Because again, I've written them down, so I have, so that I know. For the Master System, they released 15 games. For the Mega Drive, they released 74 games, and the arcade classics, or the titles, they released 7 of them, so they did. Now, the ones that I play, because again, I've written them down, so I don't forget, there were 6 Master System games I did purchase and play on the Wii, so there were. And these were Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Chaos, and Space Harrier. The Mega Drive games I purchased on here were Sonic the Hedgehog, Virtua Fighter 2, Streets of Rage, Splatterhouse 2, and Streets of Rage 2. I only purchased one Virtual Console arcade game, and that was Zaxxon, so it was. Now, also, I did purchase 2 more on the Wii U through the Wii mode, so I did. The reason being was because of the fact that there were a few games I wanted to buy before you were unable to add any more points. And I didn't have a lot of space on the SD card that I use on the Wii, so I purchased them on the Wii U through the Wii mode because of the fact it has its own Wii backwards compatibility, perfect compatibility, so it does. And those 2 I purchased 1 Mega Drive game, which was Streets of Rage 3, and 1 Master System game that was Phantasy Star, so it was. And yeah, like I said, they play well, so they do. Same as usual if you played it on the Nintendo Wii, even though it's through HDMI, so it is. Plays same as usual, and that's good, so it is. Now, controllers, because again, you can play these games in, different ways and stuff. Now, just like the NES, the Master System and Mega Drive games can actually be played with a regular Wii remote, so they do. And again, playing with the Wii remote feels really, really good. And because I wasn't sure if you could actually use it with the Wii remote, you can actually see it, so you can. And again, plays really, really well, and I like that. You can also use the classic controller, so you can. I do have a classic controller Pro somewhere, I just don't know where it is, so sorry about that. So yeah, the classic controller Pro, again, feels really, really good. I think for like the Mega Drive games and all that sort of stuff, feels really, really good in the hands. And I like that, and, you got, the analog sticks and stuff. Even though the Mega Drive controller doesn't have that, the analogs. But again, I think when you play these games, it's really, really good. The analog sticks, the D-pad, A and B, all that sort of stuff. And I really, really like that and stuff. Really, really good. I think this is a good control, I think, for the classic retro games. And I like that, so I do. And the other one you can use is a GameCube controller. Yes, you can use a GameCube controller on these. So you can. Which, I think the way the buttons are sort of mapped out, it might feel a bit finicky at first, a bit weird, but I think once you sort of get used to it, it feels okay and stuff. It's not really my ideal controller for these Virtual Console games. I prefer the classic controller or the Wii remote and stuff. I think it's same with, for example, Super Nintendo games, because you can use the GameCube controller, and the way that the buttons are mapped, it's a bit difficult. So it's because you cannot remap them, so you cannot. But you know what I mean? It still feels good and stuff, and yeah, that's just how it goes and stuff. And I like that. I really, really do and stuff, and it's just great and stuff. Another thing I want to talk about is I think the support that we got for this and stuff. I mean, we did get a lot of great games from this. And I think not only was it a good thing to bring these games, but it was also a good thing to bring people who'd never played them, especially in the United States, because the Master System, unfortunately, was a commercial failure due to the fact of, Nintendo's, controlling with third parties, and also the NES was more out there, whereas the Master System just wasn't, you know what I mean? And giving these games to a new audience who'd never played them was a really, really good thing. So they didn't have to go out and buy a Master System. They could, buy a few Wii Shop Point cards and, or whatever, and purchase and download some of these games and have a great time with them. It's really, really good. I like that. I really, really do. And it's a nice thing, because you're getting these you're getting these old games to new audiences, which is, I like that, I really, really do. And the games I played on here, I did have a lot of, fun with them. I think Alex Kidd in Miracle World, had a lot of fun with that and stuff. Really, really good game and stuff. Very, very fun. Same with Sonic the Hedgehog, as well as the Mega Drive versions. The great and stuff, you know what I mean? And I quite like that and stuff. Obviously, the Sonic on the Master System and the Mega Drive have a lot different, so they are. You can definitely tell, so you can. I had a lot of fun with Splatterhouse 2, that was a good game as well. And also the first one was on the Wii Virtual Console as well, so it was. Streets of Rage 1, 2 and 3, bloody great games, really, really good, I like that and stuff. Just, again, really, really good games. Good soundtrack, I think the opening track to Streets of Rage is good, I just like that, so I do. You know the one where it goes do 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 boom bum 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 boom 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 ba 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 la 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 boom 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 bum 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 bum. So, you know what I mean? So I just like that piece of music, and the remix in Project X-Zone 2, flipping fantastic. It really, really is. But that music is just great. Like I said, it feels like you're just getting into, you know what I mean, into a good game and stuff. You know what I mean? Just like that and stuff. Feels like you're sort of getting ready for the day. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I just like that. So I do. That's what I do. And yeah, it was a good thing for me because I actually never grew up with these games. As I said before, the only console I ever grew up with Sega was Dreamcast, because I was born in 1995, and I actually got my Dreamcast in 2000. I do remember when I was quite young when my uncle was playing on the Master System, but I didn't really understand what it was. So playing these old classics for the first time was really, really good for me, because again, I didn't grow up with these, so getting to play these was really, really fantastic. And I think for a lot of other people who might think, oh, I never played the Master System, I'll download a few games on the Wii and see what I like and stuff, and have a great time with it. I love that. I really, really do. Getting these old, fantastic classics to new audiences on new platforms, and that was a great thing. I think out of the Virtual Console, I think with the Virtual Console out of all platforms, well, the Wii and the 3DS, we got a lot of great stuff on the Wii, so we did. Really, really good. And I love that and stuff. It's unfortunate they did not support the Wii U, which would have been fantastic. But, you know what I mean? I think the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console, Sega support, flipping fantastic. It really, really was. And I like that and stuff. Even Zaxxon, you know what I mean? The arcade game played really, really well as well. First time I ever played it. And, yeah, I liked it and stuff, so I do. And it was really, really good. And I thank Sega for giving us so many great classics on the Wii Virtual Console. And I bloody love that. I really, really do, so I do. So, yeah, Sega support on the Wii VC, absolutely amazing and stuff. I think it was really, really good. My next part will be about the Game Gear Virtual Console and the Sega 3D Classics on the 3DS. So I just want to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you look forward to my next part, and see you all later. Alex will be back on Friday, so I'll be back on Saturday, so I will be with my Sega 3D Classics / Game Gear Virtual Console on 3DS video, and hope you enjoy the rest of your week. See you later all. Bye.